Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with my second video sharing the beautiful items that came in the last subscription box that I got from Your Creative Studio. It is the March 2023 box, and it is bee themed. And so I do plan on doing a bee journal in the future. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I thought we would go ahead and make some ephemera. So today we're going to be making a couple of hidden paper clips. You've probably seen me do these before, but I wanted to be able to showcase the beautiful papers that are a part of this kit, this subscription box. So I used two different pieces of paper from the selection, and then I've cut them down. We'll talk about how you do that when we get there. And then I did just a little bit of a cluster, just my normal cluster way. I've got some lace, some vellum, which is all from the subscription box, a little word, and just layered up script and image and that kind of thing. I will put some seam binding on here, but I'm running out of the yellow, which is the color that I want to use, so I have some on order, so I will be doing that later. So that's what we're going to make. So you're going to want some glue and then a variety of bits to work with. And let me show you how we make these. And I also have out this little pen knife. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. It's a little pen knife. It's really handy for little projects because we're going to need to cut an opening for our paper clips. So I've got my two paper clips. I've got a little bit of the washi tape from the subscription box. Let me see if I can find the end so I can show you. Where'd it go? Goodness gracious. There we go. Beautiful. So I thought we'd introduce some of that washi tape. And I feel like my camera is just a little bit wonky, so let me just adjust. There we go. And I've got some quotes. These are actually from the Summer Bees kit from my Porch Prints because there's no actual just words in the subscription box, so I thought I'd pull those to use in the project. This is a coffee dyed doily from my stash. I thought we would use it to decorate. These are some pieces from a small book of little ephemera. If you want to see what was actually in the kit, you can. I'll link the end things. I will link the unboxing for this kit so you can see everything that came with it. This is a piece of tissue paper that came with it. Isn't that just beautiful? So pretty. So we're going to be layering that up, and then this is some specialty material from Taperology. So I wanted a different kind of texture, so I might introduce that as well. So we're going to be making two today. So we've got, let me just move this out of the way. We've got this base paper. Oh, I've got three here. What am I doing here? I think I put all these in a stack. So I think I want to use that. I know I want to use that one, and I want to use this one. So I think, so we need four prints altogether to make the layers. So I'm going to set those aside because they are going to be part of the layering process in terms of the cluster. These are different weights of material or paper because I've already used some of it in my prototype. So this is the thinner paper, so this is a little bit thinner than this paper. I don't know if you can hear the sound difference. So I thought we'd make this our base. These ones are base and these ones are top piece because the base is going to take a little bit more, not abuse, but wear and tear because it's what's going to slide onto a page. So this is the piece I'm talking about. The base piece, the bottom, needs to be a little bit stronger. So let's go ahead and get started. So all you want to do is you want to fold your paper in probably in half. Well, if you want to determine how tall you want it to be, we could make this simple and just do it the height of the paper. Is that what I did? Nope, I went a little bit shorter. So this is the bottom. So let me think about what I want to have on the bottom. I think I want this to be on the bottom. So I think I'm going to fold it right here above the bee. So I'm just going to turn it so I can see that from the top. And I'm just going to fold that right there because I'm hoping that that bee will show up in an area where we can see it, and we'll arrange the cluster somewhere else so it doesn't affect it. So we won't need that bottom piece. So let's go ahead and cut this. You can make these any height that you want, any size that you want. You could make them itty bitty. You could make them, I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to make them, you know, too much. Wouldn't want to make them too smaller than this, because you need to put a paper clip in it. So, but anyway, I'll keep that there because that might be good for a cluster. And so then you want to determine what your width is. And I actually really like the width of this. That's a little bit longer. Oh no, this is the bottom piece. So that's exactly the same height. Wowza. Okay, let's go ahead and follow this. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit, let's see, I can cut off a little bit off the side. I want the B to kind of be up. Oh, that's the bottom piece. So we're not going to see the B. Okay, well. We're just going to have to work with it. Maybe we should just use this half then, since we're not going to see it anyway. It's not going to show at all. So I'm just going to put that on there and then go ahead and just make a line and cut that line. I'm just using my scissors because this is a pretty easy project. There we go. So we've got our bottom piece, and so now you want to get your top piece. So I thought this one would be fun for the top because it's script. So what we can do is kind of go determine where we would want our fold to be. So I like to have a little bit left at the bottom here, so you can see that bottom layer. So I think I'm going to put a mark here. And on this one I am going to just turn over here to my, well, let me just bring it right here. And just go ahead and trim that off. Where did my pencil mark go? I always do that. There it is. Okay. And then I'm like, where did it go? Silly, silly girl. Okay, here we go. Oh, we don't want to cut it. We want to fold it there. Oh my goodness. I almost messed that up. Almost messed that up. Goodness. Okay, there we go. We don't want to cut it. We want to fold it. This is actually thicker paper too. I completely have gone sideways with this. That's not what we want. So let's set that one aside for the top piece on the next. Oh, this is on the bottom piece for the next one. Excuse me. Sorry guys. I am, you know, as you know, it's been tough. So still working my way through all of that. So let's go ahead and use this piece for our top of this one. So again, I just want to make it a little bit smaller or shorter than the base. So I'm going to go ahead and crease it there. And then I'll go ahead and trim this off with my scissors. Okay. And then let's think about what part of this image we would like to see here. So it's going to kind of go like that. It's going to kind of be staggered. I think this is really actually pretty right here. I like that. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to just set that in there like that. There's really no measuring in this, as you can see. I'm just I-spying and then making my decision. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the edge off of that because we only want this width. There we go. They should probably both be thick papers though, because the paper clip is going to go through this. It's going to have a slice here, but I think it's going to be okay. I love how we're going to pick up some of those purple flowers. So let's go ahead and just ink this up really quick. And on this bottom piece, I am going to ink a little bit on the inside because that might show. So I'm just going to kind of go in deep here with my inking, just to get rid of that white. Now we could have lined this, your Creative Studio paper, and made it a little bit thicker, which would have done two jobs. It would have made it thicker, but it would have also, we wouldn't have this white. So you can do what you like. I hope that you'll check out their website. All the links will be in the description box. You can check them out. Every box is amazing. I've never been disappointed yet. So there we go. So the next thing that we're going to do, you know what, we might want to turn that. Let's see what that, I think I like that. And like that. I think that's better. just the combination of colors there. So, because you're going to actually decorate both sides of this because it's going to go over the top of the page. So it's going to be visible on both sides. So now what we're going to do is I need to grab my little foam here. I can get it loose of paper. And you're going to take this piece and we need to slice a little slit right about in the middle. It does not have to be perfect, guys. If you make it a little bit bigger than you need, then you have wiggle room to make sure it's in the middle of the piece. So let me go ahead and just cut a hole right there, just gently. Okay, like that. Just big enough for that paper clip to go through. You do end up getting that white core because of cutting that, so I'm just going to ink that up. And this all, you shouldn't see any of this white when we're done because this piece is going to be completely glued to this one. Wrong piece. This one. Goodness. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to slide the paper clip onto the larger piece, the base piece. And so I'm going to do it so that the long side is on the front. So I'm just going to do that. And I like to keep it up a little bit like so that I can slide some seam binding or something through there. And then you're going to slide this piece that you cut right over that paper clip like so. And then this is where I was talking about how you can kind of, if you make that hole big enough, you can kind of fudge and line that up so that you're equal on both sides. Does that look equal? I think so. Got an extra paper in there though I'm not liking. Hold on, let me see if I can trim that up a little bit. Got some extra pieces. Where's my fussy cutting scissors? Hold on. There we go. Just making sure that that's not going to get in the way. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on. We can get this out of our way for a moment. Okay, I'm going to slide that on. Whoops, our paper clip just slipped. You could just pull it right back up. There we go. You can always slide it back down before the glue is dry. I use my Fabri-Tac because then I do have that ability to wiggle it out. So what you're going to do is then open this up and you're going to put glue on all of this area on the underside of the top piece. So this is paper's thin, so you do want to keep that in mind. And again, if you'd like it to be thicker, you could always back it with something else. But the images are gorgeous. There we go. Okay, so let's just kind of push that down as best we can. Again, you know, perfection is not at play in my studio, so oh, and we just did that. Yep, that's the right way. I was thinking we did that on the wrong side. I'm going to push that in a little bit more. There we go. And I like the Fabri-Tac again because it does allow you that opportunity to move things. Oh, I know what I wanted to do here though. Before we seal at least one side, I want to use some of the washi tape and just slide it under there. So where did oh, it's right here. Let's see if we can find a piece that we like. How about that right there? I'm going to put a piece of washi tape right here. Kind of like that, like it looks like some aged tape a little bit. I like that. Shall we put some on the bottom of the bottom one too? Let's find another piece. Oh, there's a part of a bee. Let's do that. Actually, I don't think we could put it right here because it's not going to be affected by anything, because let me show you what I mean. So I'm just going to place that on there. Probably going to have to cut that off a little bit or tear it like so, and then this can go inside of this because it's not all been glued down yet, so that's perfect. So now we got two pieces of washi. Okay, so now we do the same with this side. We're going to glue it. You could definitely use your white glue or art glitter glue or whatever your preferred white glue is. I just really like Fabri-Tac. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I love that. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? So then when it goes over the page, it's going to go in between here. Let me show you. What did I do with? I had a, just grab this piece of paper. So then on top of the page, it's going to go over like that. Have to be careful because it's not dry yet, and it's going to be flush with the page. So that's pretty epic. These are some of my favorite paper clips that I've ever made. So let's go ahead and do a little cluster. I think on this side I don't want to do a cluster because I don't want to lose all the image. So I think on this side we're going to just do a word, and then on this side we'll do a cluster because it's a little bit more just patterned. So I've got these words over here, and I thought it would be fun to do one of these bigger ones like up here with a little piece of lace underneath it, and then we'll do a little cluster on the other side. See if we can find some lace in my container here. These are my itty bitties, my itty bitty lace pieces. See what we can find here. These are just the itty bitty scraps, so we might not have a lot of luck here. What is that? That's not a whole piece. So let me look in the other one. I have two of these little drawers. So I'm liking that better, but it's not a whole piece. How about a piece of this? This is some stretchy lace that I coffee dyed, which I think would be pretty. So let me just trim that off a little bit. Okay, we're just going to place that on there. I'm going to trim that top edge a little bit. It's a little wonky. Okay, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. So this side is going to be kind of plain, and that's okay. It's just the way that we arrange these images, so. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to glue this on, our little word. Fabri-Tac is having trouble. That says beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, perfect. I like that. So let's turn her over and we'll do a little cluster on this side. So this is where the magic happens. Where I like to lay down a little bit of textiles behind it. So maybe a piece of this. And then a piece of, we only might get one of these done, guys, because you don't need to see me do it twice, in my opinion. This one is all weird. Let me see if this one's better. Yeah, this one's better. Oh, we have more than one. Oh, they're stuck together. Goodness gracious. Okay, so let's cut or trim a little piece of this off and use it. And oh, that's really, really big. Really big. I don't want it to be that big, so let's go ahead and just get a corner of it. And maybe put the corner down here, like so. We're just going to kind of showcase this first, and then we'll start gluing some things down. So I think we'll just end this after one project though. So I'm going to just tear this. I like the rough edge of this paper, so we're going to tear a piece of script, which is part of my cluster recipe, is some text. And I'm not too concerned about covering up a lot of that image because it's just pattern. So I'm going to try to move that a little bit better into there. You can still see a little bit of that washi, not great, but, and then that. Okay, and then I think it would be nice to pull in a piece of this because it's really vibrant part of the image. So let's just tear it just a little bit on this side. It's a little tough when it's a little piece to start with. Okay, oh, I like that. I like that very much. Our sunflower needs to face in though. So we're going to start gluing down what we've already got so I don't get too overwhelmed here. So I'm just going to ink those edges just a little bit. I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue here. And I'm just going to kind of, again, put it in place, put a little bit of glue on there, and then we'll go from there. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so let's put ink I like things to be vintagey. If you don't want to ink, you don't have to. It's just what I like to do. These paper clips are great for scraps, to use for from scraps. I should totally do that. I'm running out of paper clips big time. So I like that, but I think I want a little bit of textile stuff here. So let me see if I can find something again here in the, oh, there's a pretty piece. It's a little bit big and messy. Let's see what we can do. I like some of that feminine look of some textile, and I like to just kind of pull on it and distort it a little bit if I can. Sometimes I can't. If it's really tight weave, which this is, now that I think about it, I don't want it to be too big and too overwhelming. So I'm gonna pause on that. I do have a piece of this which might be a good choice as well. It's a little bit smaller. I'm just gonna trim it up a little bit here. Okay, so let's see, let's go ahead and do that. Does that feel like too much? I don't know. Or over on that side. Yeah, I think right over here. I'll put it on. Some Fabri-Tac. Hang it over the edge just a smidge. Boy, it got really cloudy outside all of a sudden. And then we're going to place that there. It's been a weird weather day, I tell ya. I think the Mother Nature can't figure out if she wants it to be summer or fall. There we go. Just making sure the words are kind of straight. Like that, yeah. Perfect. Okay, and then we've got our little piece of sunflower here, which I think is gorgeous. I don't tend to like the more muted colors, so I really appreciate these kinds of images. So we're going to put that there just to showcase it again. We need some, oh, we had this. I should have used this. Let me cut a piece and see if we can incorporate it. I don't know. Oh, this will distort. I can already feel it. I can tear it. Oh, tear it. Yep. Cool. I just found this while fishing around in my drawer, so because I like to have a little bit of, I like the layers of texture. So we do need a little piece of vellum here before we move on. So let me go ahead and use a piece of this again. This is the same one I used in the other paper clip. So just don't need too much, and I don't want it to overwhelm that. I want to still see all those. I still want to see the hint of those words, the text behind the vellum here, or tissue paper. I don't know if they call it tissue paper or vellum. I think it's more like tissue paper in the subscription boxes. So there we go. Oh man. There we go. It was a lot. We're just going to kind of put that down just to kind of create that additional layer that's going to peek out. And then where did our piece go? I don't know if I want that though. I think that's a little bit much because we've got a lot going on here already. I think we're just gonna go ahead and put the flower on, and we're gonna call it good on this one, get a word on there. And then I'll probably do another one off camera, and I'll include it in the photos at the end of the video if you want to check it out. If you want to hold on to the end. Oh, I love that. So pretty. So pretty. Is there anything else we need here? I've got a piece of this. I almost want to put like a circle or something here. But I don't know if it's competing now. So we don't want that. So wibbly wobbly. Okay, so do we want sweet as honey? Do we want to just do the same thing over here? Why not? And we need a little bit of something, something. It should go down here. Something feels off. This is not my normal. I'm not in my space for this project, so I apologize for that. I've got too many textiles that are mixing now, so I need to use another piece of this if I'm going to add something. That's just my opinion. So I've got this piece, lots of these scraps, so we could go ahead and put that on top of there and have that go the other way, like so. I'm going to cut that end off, and I think we're just going to decide on this up here. So gloppity glue. Glue is having a hard day. Okay, there we go. And we're going to put our word on. Boy, Fabri-Tac. She probably needs to be cleaned. Sweet as honey. Put that up there. Okay, there we go. So there is one paper clip. I will do another one off camera and put it in the pictures at the end, and I will see you guys in the next video. Again, all the links will be in the description box. Take care. Bye-bye.